What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to Boss Battle. This is episode 71, and we have two different VTubers on stream here today. We're going to start with our guest here, Cypher Fan. When I'm talking, your mouth is moving. I'm so confused.
Yeah, I think probably some capture glitch with the VTuber, but no worries. I have my mic ready. If you hear me speaking, I'm speaking.
Nice. I see Ramen is glitching out already. Ramen, how are you doing?
Panda. I got games in Atlanta. I'm just kidding. That's what I see, the red panda here. What's going on? We're kicking it off live. Redemption round, and he's trying to keep this round for real. Let's go. Sorry, I'll stop.
Yeah, you're bringing out your inner Fursona, Ramen. I get it. We're going to go over the rules of this show. Yeah, Fursona. We're going to go over the rules really quick. So our guest has to have an 85 average all across above. I can't talk today. An 85-8 average across all the bosses. So you got to average that across all three bosses. Towards the end of each round, the audience will be voting on Twitch to let us know how our guest is doing. There will also be a cooldown period of questions given between boss 2 and 3 called the Slurpy Voltage round. So Cypher Fan, are you ready to get into some boss battle?
Yep, ready. I'm also ready to share with everyone about Cypher.
All right, let's get into it. All right, question number 1 says, since we've last talked, by the way, guys, if you don't know, we've had Cypher on the show before. Since we last talked, you've celebrated your 1-year anniversary and are in the final stretch before global launch. Walk us through the journey from alpha to where you are now. What's changed the most?
Hey, so thanks for the question. All right, so I think so much has changed over the past year. The last time when we spoke, we were having our open alpha for Cypher. That's when we first opened up Cypher to many players in the Web3 space. We had our Play to Airdrop season, and that's when we had our first 100,000 players to join us in the Cypher Odyssey game. And since then, lots have changed in terms of the gameplay content that we have, the number of countries that we have launched in, and also how the community is now supporting our gameplay. So I guess the biggest evolution that we had since then is how much more playable the game has become and how much more polished the game feels now. Previously, you guys have seen the pure like dungeon experience that we have in the open alpha season. We have since introduced many new different game modes to make the game appeal to a broader group of players. Now we not only just have the roguelite dungeon mode, we also have we have idle game mode, and many different modes for people to appeal to different player base.
Sorry, was it a little hard to hear you at the end there? Could you mind repeating that last sentence for us?
Yeah. So we have introduced a lot of new game modes to make the game appeal to a broader player base. And one of the biggest changes that we have is the Cypher Adventure mode. So this appeals to the mobile group of great gamers. So we have learned that a pure roguelike do not really appeal to mobile gamers, and many other roguelike titles who had more success in the Web2 space like Hades, they do not have they do not see the same type of success in the mobile segment. So we actually introduced many different game modes to appeal to different group of players, especially the mobile segment. So what you see differently now is the Cypher Adventure mode, and that's our key feature in the newest gameplay.
Got it. Let's move on to the next question here. It says, you migrated Genesis Cypher NFTs from Ethereum to your own Funky Chain L2. Interesting name there. What drove the decision to build your own layer 2 instead of staying on an established chain?
Right. So I think one of the key consideration that we have when deciding a blockchain to migrate to is actually our having full control of the security upgrades. And at the point of time when we were making this consideration, many new blockchains are still in development, and we didn't want the decisions of another blockchain that's also still in development to affect the considerations that we have that affect our plans to launch. So we didn't want to be dependent on another blockchain that could really affect our roadmap. So having our own blockchain gives us full control of our launch. And it wasn't a very difficult decision for us because for us to launch on a OP chain, so Funky Chain is actually built on the Optimism stack, and it allows us to deploy a new layer 2 blockchain relatively easy. And we tap on all their security upgrades. We didn't have to build a lot of the infrastructure that's needed for us to launch a new blockchain. So security and the coordinated upgrades that we benefit from the Optimism network was actually one of our key benefits for us to have our own blockchain. And the second reason why we wanted to have our own blockchain is also to cycle back the economic benefits of having all the transactions, the users on Funky Chain. They all accrue back to our Cypher token.
No longer just a battlefield.
Got it. So you didn't want to be like limited from the Ethereum blockchain, which is why you decided to go with your own. Am I muted? Hello?
Sorry, is that question for me?
Yeah, that's for you. I was just confirming.
The question is, why did we choose to launch our own instead of following someone else?
Right. You just decided like we got to launch our own chain because we don't want to be reliant on another chain. Is that correct?
Yeah. Not be reliant on someone else, and also to cycle back the economic benefits to our own ecosystem. We capture all the transaction fees, and we cycle the revenue back to the Cypher tokenomics.
Gotcha. All right. Next question here says Cypher AGI was announced as an AI-powered evolution of the game. How does AI integration actually work in Cypher Odyssey, and what does it do? What does it do that traditional game AI doesn't?
All right. So, just a quick introduction to my company as well. Which is the team that built Cypher is REK'T Labs. So apart from Cypher Odyssey, we actually are also investing in other game titles. We are also building the blockchain infrastructure and also AI tools. So AI is actually a big component of the company in many different aspects. So we use it for productivity, and we also use it as part of our gameplay. So for Cypher Odyssey, the immediate AI integration that you will see is this new thing called the AI bot companions. So this feature is probably new to you guys if you only seen Cypher in 2024 when we had our last boss battle. We introduced AI companion bots where if you don't play in a co-op mode, you can have AI bots to partner you in your team, in the team of 3 to clear dungeons together. So our AI actually get better over time when they join you for battles. They learn your play style, they understand how to work better with you, and they improve the gameplay experience for the users. And if the players don't have friends, right, they can actually play with the bots. So that's the key component of how we have integrated AI into the Cypher Odyssey game.
I see. So it's more of like a bot type of thing.
Yeah. Gotcha. So apart from the bot, we also use AI development tools a lot in our game development. We have this app that we have also released to the public for use. It's called PhotoGaia. Our team internally use it for artwork development a lot. And recently, it has also become a public tool where other game studios can use it for their development as well.
Okay. Does that actually like cut down like your production time? Like, are you able to like make more content faster by using AGI or AI tools?
Yes, definitely. So there are a few ways that this has been proven. We have another game title called Hidden Atlas, which is also launched by REK'T Labs, and it's find the difference. It's a bit like find the difference and also finding Waldo in a mobile app. So in order for us to create such an intricate map detail with so many art components and small characters inside a large image, it will take a human several weeks to develop one artwork. Whereas if we have AI and also the tool that we use internally for ProtoGaia, it has allowed us to cut several weeks and months of development work into just 1 week. So we actually launched Hidden Atlas as a game on Google Play and also Apple App Store, and it has actually done quite well. It's a free-to-play game.
Gotcha. Yeah, I think that, this is my bias coming in here, how AI can be used as a tool, but I do think that a lot of the gaming industry is going to be using AI to churn out stuff. I mean, I think even in the EA deal recently, they mentioned they were going to use AI to like churn out some content a lot faster. So I definitely see that coming in the future. Shout outs to Clouds in the chat. He said, wait, is that Mizzy? If you don't know, Mizzy is also a VTuber. He has a different VTuber, but he was just making fun of Mizzy there. And we also have Agent Zanny in the chat. Zanny, I got to give you a lot of credit, brother. You've been in every space that I do when I go live on Catalyst, and you're always here at every show that we do. So I really appreciate you, my friend. Really appreciate you. Let's move on to the second to last question, and then let's get the poll up here, if we can, please, Damien. Second last question says, the game is now available on Epic Game Store and Steam alongside mobile. How does this cross-platform play work? And are PC players competing against mobile players?
All right. So for most players, you will not feel any difference in terms of there will not be any gaps if you play on both mobile and PC, because they are fully cross-platform compatible. So what we want the players to experience is that if you are outside on commute, you can enjoy Cypher Odyssey on mobile using your phone. And once you get home, you can experience the full graphics quality when you move on to the PC version of the gameplay. So they are fully cross-platform compatible. For someone who is playing on mobile, you can enjoy a matchmaking with someone who is playing on the PC version. So they do not get any additional advantage for playing on PC. You will not be disadvantaged if you're playing on mobile as well, except that he probably has a bigger screen and he can see more details on the map. But otherwise, we wanted to give players a fully seamless experience when playing on mobile versus PC. All your progress and gameplay mechanics are exactly the same for a mobile and a PC player. So that's what we wanted to achieve as well.
So you would say there's no advantage over one playing the other, or would you say there is advantage?
Yeah, there is no advantage playing on one device over another.
You hear that, Ramen?
Same tactics, same mechanics.
You hear that, Ramen?
Controller-friendly, PC playable is what I'm hearing.
Yep, and no crying. No crying if you lose. Oh, this guy was on PC. You have the exact same controls. Stop it.
Yeah. No crying. And I'm able to produce tears. I have no tear ducts.
Yeah, I've never seen you cry. I don't think Box of Noodles can cry. I don't think that's a thing there. But let's move on to the final question of boss number 1. It says you've added major features like guilds, arena PvP modes, and endless progression. Which of these new systems has had the biggest impact on player retention?
There's actually a new feature that's not mentioned in your list. We actually have a lot of new game modes being launched after the open alpha version that we had last year. And this new game mode that I wanted to highlight is the adventure game mode. So previously, Cypher was a pure roguelike game where you clear dungeon levels after levels, and you try to top the leaderboards. So this particular game mode called the Endless has been the best for the mid-funnel and long-term player retention. But what really affects our early onboarding retention is the new Cypher Adventure mode. So this provides new content for existing players but it also makes the progression and onboarding more satisfactory for new players. So in the new Cypher Adventure mode, you actually explore the map, you find the loot on the map, and you have a new adventure style where you have to solve puzzles, you have to get past different obstacles to try to reach the exit location in the dungeon. So it provides more exploratory, more discovery in the gameplay, and that's what has been helping us to really onboard the new players and secure the retention of new players.
So they're like keen on exploring a little bit. So it sounds like, rather than like trying to do because I can understand like a roguelite type game could be off-putting for some users, but like to have them like free roam and kind of explore, I think that would be something I personally might even look into, to be honest. What do you think, Ramen?
Yeah, I mean, roguelike and roguelite. So at least if you have some kind of like progression retention, I mean, those roguelites are that's that hardcore gamer, the glutton for punishment, like must complete one pass kind of, so I mean, kind of goes for like both crowds, I think. And I like that too, especially when he said PC compatible, controller friendly. I don't even know if I can use a controller anymore, to be honest. I've been on M&K so long.
Really?
But that's I think that's easier too, instead of just getting right into the mix, right? If you've got a cooperative experience, which I'm starting to see there's a big surge of, right? Look how many people are playing games like, PUBG and all these other things that are party-based, co-op-based, which originally I thought that's what, Web3 was going to do, is bring everyone together. And I'm now starting to see that. So I think they're going in the right direction with that, and curious to rediscover what it was like playing Cypher. It's been a while since I played it, actually.
Same. I think I played it like in 22 or 23. I can't remember. It's been a minute since I tried it out.
They're still here, boys and girls. They're still here.
You gotta give them credit. You gotta give them credit, because a lot of a lot of games in this space are not here, Ramen. So
I know I made a joke on the post. I was like, I had no idea they're still here, but I know you guys are here or whatever. I was just trying to rally the Cypher community. I was trying to poke the bear a little bit.
For sure. And by the way, speaking of community, you guys have probably like 2 to 3 minutes left on that voting poll. By the way, if you guys don't know where to vote, come to twitch.tv/TheCatalystOG, and you can vote for how our guest here is doing against the first boss. Like I said, you guys have about 2 to 3 minutes left, but that is going to wrap up the first boss. We're out of questions here, so we're going to transition into our special announcement, and I'm going to pass the mic over to Ramen.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, it is that time again, my favorite time, because it's got my favorite price. It's free. Go get this badge and let them know that you were here supporting Cypher, because it is free, my favorite part, and it is gasless. That is also good, which means it's really free, like no joke, for real. Go get that. And the reason why I want to have that, like the other 70 cartridges that we have here in the beautiful Catalyst ecosystem that Huddle is desperately trying to look up, I think, so we can show the whole collection, is that we're going to be using these cartridges later on inside of the Catalyst ecosystem. Look at that thing. And honestly, if you want to get a Red Panda skin limited edition, now's your time to collect this badge.
Shouldn't there be two badges with Cypher on it? Let me see.
There should be 2 badges with Cypher. Where's the first one? We got to bring it back. We should have did a Red Panda. I have no idea though.
Red Panda. I mean, I'm sure it's in here somewhere. I don't know. I have to find it.
Can we do a search? Well, let's do like a search thing on there.
I don't think
you can't see because it's like your desktop has been shrunken down into like phone format. Aha! My eyes are back.
They are back. Control mouse wheel for sure. No, it's, I mean, this is an impressive list, by the way. I don't know if we did badges back then. We might not have, but
did that predate? Wow.
It could be. I mean, this is what, episode 71. So we're definitely missing. I don't have 71 badges, and I've done every single episode. So, but yeah, look at all the games that we've had on this show, dude. Kind of crazy. I mean, I even saw earlier, it was Equilibrium Games, it's the XRPL project. So many different games have been on this show. So Shout outs to those that are still around and still building.
And collect the badge because it's free.
Yes, collect the badge. It's free. It doesn't cost you anything. It's free 99. It's free, guys. It doesn't cost you a dime.
Right. And we got to make sure that you guys are voting for Cypher. So Cypher community, get out there. I think Cloud, somebody said that red pandas are an endangered species, and we don't want to make them go extinct on this show. So we need your help and voting power to keep Cypher alive and going. I'm throwing in jokes over here right now. But my friend
said episode 38. Oh, here it is.
No. Oh my gosh.
We found it. Give me 1 second. I'm going to pull this up real quick.
Here comes memories. Does it have a date on there too?
August 27th, 2024.
Bro said it was like 3 years ago. It was last year.
Well,
I know it's Web3. Right? It feels like 3 years. Every 4 months.
No,
every business quarter in Web3 is a year.
I did not live in the place I lived 2 years or last year when I played Cypher. It was 2 places ago. So like that was 23 or 2022, one of the two. For sure.
Oh, you're going back to like playtime, not boss battle time.
Oh, yeah. When I tried it out, for sure. I think we didn't get them on the show till later. But yeah, there you go, guys. There's the first time we had the badge, and then we had the new badge as well. Right here. So check it out.
Cool. Cypher is a completely different game now. So do check it out.
Yeah, send that link. There should be an X link. You can send that out to your community. They can mint that free badge 100%. I'm going to retweet that shit real quick.
Do it.
All right.
What's your spirit animal before we get into the next boss? Really quick. Go.
My spirit animal?
Let's go. Pick it. Hurry.
XRP. I don't know. Let's the next question.
We got to get to the boss number 2.
Yes.
All right, here we go. Boss number 2. Are you ready? Uh-oh.
Yeah, we're ready.
The box is ready. Let's go. Okay, Hato, what is your spirit animal? I'm just kidding. That is not the
on
first
the list.
question.
Next question.
I know. God, he's no fun at parties. All right, Play to Airdrop Season 1 has finished. You mentioned snapshots and prize pools. What did you learn? Oh my gosh, I'm choking on water. I'm going to die. My life. Oh, I just lost so much broth. Okay.
You good?
No. Hold on.
Sorry, guys. Give him a second. Let him recharge. Sometimes
I swear I'm not smoking. I promise. That was water. Oh my gosh.
Bro, you forgot how to drink water?
I think it's like, what's the wrong tube thing or whatever?
Oh man. Oh,
now at least you know I'm not AI, because AI doesn't choke on drinking water out of a can.
I mean,
all right, Play to Airdrop. Yeah. Play to Airdrop Season 1 finished. You mentioned snapshots and prize pools. What did you learn from Season 1 that's changing your approach for Season 2 and global launch?
All right. So I think one of the key learning point is it's more it's more on the gameplay side of things. So the Play to Airdrop season was the first time where we really had a stress test on the game, and we had a large number of users testing out the game and getting feedback from different angles, and that is a turning point for us in terms of the game development. So what we know is that it has validated the core gameplay. We know that the players, they love the combat mechanics, they love the visual polish, but what it showed us is that we needed more content depth to sustain the long-term gameplay. So during the Play to Airdrop season, many of our players, they have reached endgame of Cypher very quickly. Some of them, they managed to complete the game within a week and a half. We thought we had months of content, but it turns out that it wasn't enough. So what has happened after the Play to Airdrop season is that we introduced many new game modes. So not only players are playing the world exploration mode and the the Endless and the Arena. We also introduced game modes that have direct boss battles called the AI Hunt. We also had guilds where the players can partner with each other, join a team, and earn rewards together. We also have idle farming mode, idle battler modes that we have introduced into the gameplay. So all these have already been implemented into the game to provide more content depth for our players. Otherwise, they run out of content very soon, and we have our players drop out after that. And last but not least, we also have a new feature called the Marketplace, which is also built directly into the app. So all these are new features that are needed to sustain the longevity of the game.
It sounds like everything that we had talked about when we initially played the game, you guys actually ended up incorporating into the game. Outside of the idle mode, that was a new concept, but literally all the things that he just listed off, I can almost remember myself complaining and be like, man, I wish there was this. I wish there was this. I wish there was this. And Cypher was listening. That was actually, man, that's actually really cool. Yeah, congratulations on that so far too. This is really exciting. Listen, if you're not getting FOMO, I mean, he's talking about going straight into a boss battle mode.
I mean, this is like what not common in this space to like say what you do. I'm surprised.
That's because they actually did it, and it's not something that's just in theory and concept that they actually haven't done it. They're just telling you they're going to do it, and it hasn't happened. They actually have product. That's the problem in this space is lack of product. We have a lot of ideas, and we have a lot of dreams and aspirations. We have a lack of product, and so when they're confident like that, they do that. I think that means that they mean it. So that's good. I'm down for that.
And another thing I will say is they have content on their page. Like they have content. That's something else that is kind of rare in this space.
Some games referring to the gameplay content and the new trailers that we have been putting out on the Cypher page.
Yeah.
Look, we actually have I see like videos and stuff.
Yeah, there's another video right here in the Shadow Realm of Zendor, and it's got like this cool overlay or whatever, and it kind of shows you like all this like different roguelike elements of the game, and like if games actually had this kind of stuff on their page, Ramen, I think games would be taken more seriously.
Well, speaking of content, that's going to lead me up to the next question, boss number 2. Cypher fan, you ready?
Ready.
All right, let's go. You're now rewarding creators up to $200 a week in Cypher tokens for content. How many creators are actively participating, and is this moving the needle on organic discovery?
Yeah. So maybe I provide an overview of why we are doing the UGC campaign every week. So because game development is a long process, and we wanted to continue to maintain Cypher mindshare in this space, so that because if you don't produce enough content and updates about what's going on in your gameplay, then it looks like the project is not developing right. But the fact is that actually Cypher has already developed lots of content and it's already a playable game. We wanted to help we wanted to grow the mindshare of this space before we go for global launch. And at the same time, we want to create a culture where we see many player content pop up all over the place on YouTube, on TikTok, when we go for global launch. Because that's one of the key indicators of a successful game. You see many organic content coming out from different players. So we started this UGC campaign to reward our creators and also to help them grow their following. So after we started this UGC campaign, we have seen steady new content coming from the community side. We see more than 30 entries coming out every week, and many of them are good content. Our content creators are considered small scale. So a lot of them have followers in the hundreds range, but they were able to get impressions of over 10,000 views through creating good quality gameplay footage and sharing on different social media channels. So we are definitely seeing a very positive outcome from these UGC campaigns, and we want to continue to do this for many different benefits, to grow the mindshare, to support our creators, and to also let the Web3 space know that Cypher is a developed game and it has good gameplay content and it's streamable.
I'm gonna ask you a quick question on the numbers there. Is that on X alone, or are you talking about like multiple platforms like TikTok, YouTube Shorts, etc.?
It's on multiple platforms. So we have started this campaign for over 3 months. So cumulatively, we have reached over 100,000 views across platforms. Our best performing platform is on X and TikTok. So some of the content that's published on TikTok, they organically get 7,000 views or 7 to 10,000 views per video, which is quite promising.
Gotcha. Back to you, Raman.
All right, and we're going to get on to the next one. Question number 3. Oh, this is actually, I didn't know about this. The team size has grown to 160 plus employees across 3 offices. Holy smoke.
Ooh.
How do you manage development at that scale while maintaining the pace of updates that we're currently seeing?
Yeah. So we have many different departments as expected of a game studio. So what we already have is a good gameplay foundation for Cypher Odyssey, and the artwork has already been done. The movement mechanics, the attack mechanics, the maps have mostly already been created. The team has actually moved a large part of this development team to building a second game title, which is actually a unannounced, unreleased Souls-like game. And this constitutes a large part of the Aether Labs team. We also have a dedicated marketing team who is creating Cypher marketing content. So we'll never run out of promotional content for Cypher Odyssey. They play the game, they generate new video footage to promote the game. We also have a dedicated blockchain team who's managing the blockchain integration for Cypher, building the infrastructure that's required for our Web3 aspects. We have a dedicated community team to run events and campaigns for the community. So we actually have dedicated departments to handle different aspects of the game. And also, last but not least, we also have our community, who we also consider part of our extended team. They are the ones who help us to create new content and share the word on Cypher as well. So we are no lack of people and personnel to help us to keep the content and fresh updates coming for Cypher.
I like that. Wow, that's a phenomenal growth over the last couple of years. I had no idea it had actually grown to that scale until I saw the questions here laid down in front of me. So congratulations on that. Go ahead.
Would that be like considered AAA? Like, I don't even know what the number is for AAA studio at this point. Like, is 100 people indie or a AAA?
So, I don't know.
I think we still consider ourselves as an indie game.
Okay.
So Aether Labs is, based on my latest understanding, is one of the only game studios in Vietnam that's able to develop a game using Unreal Engine 5.5. So we are actually the go-to game studio, where other game studios in Vietnam, they come to us to get advice, to learn how to develop games. And we're actually a premier game studio for developing games on Unreal Engine. So we really have good graphics and cross-platform compatibility for games.
Gotcha.
You hear that, Tencent? You hear that? Come to my guy Cypher Fan for some game advice.
I do want to remind everybody the poll is live. We probably have about like 5 minutes left on the poll, so please vote. Please vote. Back to you, Roman.
All right, we're getting to the second to last question, boss number 2. Community feedback mentioned concerns about retention features not being ready for Web 2 gamers. What specific features are you racing to complete before the big marketing push?
Yeah. So I think what concerns the community most is actually on the game economy. So it's about having game mechanics to encourage players to spend within the game, having features such as guild and competition between guilds to encourage the social aspects of the game, and competition so that it has so that you help to create a culture or an ecosystem that's self-sustaining, where people have to compete with each other to try to rise up to the leaderboard. So I think that's one of the feature that I think is still missing in Cypher Odyssey, before we can really scale and turn Cypher into a profitable game. I think that's still a feature that requires some development time in the pipeline. Yeah, that's actually one of my wish lists. But internally, one of the key metric that we are focused on is on the early retention of the game. So if we have the early retention for the user onboarding, making sure that the players stay past day 1 retention, day 7 retention, and having a positive return on ad spend, I think we are ready to go for global launch. Even if we don't have a proper game economy yet, I think that's something that we can continue to develop in tandem. Yeah, what concerns us most is on the early funnel of the game. And then we will continue to develop the late stage gameplay and game economy in parallel.
I love that. I'm over here looking at that. I'm looking at the Cypher page. Wait a minute. It says this app's only available for App Store for iPhone and iPad. Wait, am I cooked on Android? No.
You don't have
no,
Android?
It says right here. I got Android. I just read that it says live on the App Store, and then it's like it's only available for iPad and iPhone.
Oh.
Are you on the wrong link?
No, it says
I
Google
hope not.
and Apple. It says Google and Apple App Store on the profile. What are you on, bro?
Oh my god! It just drained my wallet. Just kidding. No, I'm just downloading the APK.
Bro, let me share this real quick. Let me share it. I got it.
This is from their website. I'm sure it's not malicious.
There's a download link for App Store and Google Play.
Right, and then when I clicked on Google Play, and then for me, it brings up apps at the App Store when I hit Google Play for me.
Oh, it's the wrong link. I see what you're saying now.
But click it.
Yeah, no, I just did.
Okay, that's it. But it is on there. I'm going to download the APK. It's safe, folks. It's safe. It is safe.
Yeah, so just a little bit of feedback for you, Cypher fan. The Google Play button actually goes to the App Store. What happens when you click on the App Store button?
On the App Store? Does it bring you to the Google Store?
No, just it's the same link.
Okay.
Yeah, so just to give you a heads up, Cypher fan, your link on your website for the Google Play takes you to the App Store. It doesn't take you to the Google link.
All right, thanks for pointing me out. I didn't even know that.
No problem.
It used to be correct. Sorry for that.
No, it's okay. We now realize it's about to be 159 employees because somebody in there messed up. No, I'm just kidding. Oh, I know. Bad joke. I'm kidding. We love you, community dev team and everyone else in there. But we're gonna move on to the last question, boss. Number 2. Then we're gonna get into something special that we do for every Catalyst episode. But you've been live in select countries for over a year now. So what does player retention look like month over month, and what's keeping people playing versus churning?
Yeah. So the user retention numbers are actually one of the key indicators and metrics that we are using to decide when we should go for the full global launch. So we are rolling out in different countries and regions to see how they perform for different player segments. So the high spending countries and also the low at-cost countries, and they all perform differently. So our best performing country right now is the US, and for some days we were able to meet 30% day one retention, which is on par with what we would expect of a good mobile game. We are still trying to achieve this consistently. Once we are able to achieve a 30% day one retention consistently, it means that we are ready to go for global launch. We still have not achieved that yet, but on certain days we do. So what we are learning is that players are churning in the early part of the gameplay, meaning after they download the game, they play the first 2 dungeons, they tend to drop out. And that shows us some indication of what is the reason why players are dropping out. Of course, we need to do some investigation. And what we have learned is that the mobile gamer section, they are more interested in casual and hyper casual games. Those are the type that tends to keep them longer in the mobile game. But a lot of our players, they find Cypher Odyssey gameplay too difficult at the early stage of the gameplay, and because of that, they churn from the game. And that's also the reason why we are introducing this Cypher Adventure game mode, which helps to ease the onboarding experience for a broader group of player audience.
You're a better man than I would have been like, get good, get good at the game. Stop being such a trash player, But you're a better man than I am, or better panda. Sorry, better panda than I am. So.
Panda.
Well, it's because Web3, mobile games are actually a numbers game, so we definitely need to appeal to a broad group of audience. Personally, I love the pure roguelike gameplay. I like the mid-core and hardcore aspect of Cypher, but in order for a mobile game to properly launch, it's not sufficient to just target a niche player segment. It needs to have a broad-based appeal to a wider group of player base.
Yeah.
And subsequently, in the later stage of the funnel, we have different game modes to appeal to different group of players. So the endless mode and the arena mode, which is the later part of the game, they appeal to the more mid-core and hardcore player base.
So let me ask you a quick question on that. So like whenever like you get hit with the landing page or the main menu, I keep saying landing page, the main menu of the game, right? Is there like an emphasis on the adventure mode button? Like, is that more front and center, or are you still like favoring the core loop mode that you guys made in the past? Like what's more emphasized whenever a player opens the game?
Yeah, adventure mode is the default world exploration mode now. So every player who start playing the game, they will be first introduced to the adventure gameplay. So it has a little bit of roguelike dungeon flavor, but it also makes the gameplay experience easier to learn for a new player. So you explore the map, you learn the movements, you understand how to dash and move across different type of maps, how to collect loot. So it makes the learning experience easy for player. So it has completely replaced the story mode of the gameplay. We are still testing how this performs in different countries, but the early feedback that we have received from players shows that it's quite promising.
Gotcha. Do you have a comment here from Agent Zanny? It says, how many players are in the US?
Yep. So we have not fully scaled our marketing in the US yet. We are using a lot of mobile ads to get new players. So the play to airdrop season aside, we have about 4,000 new players in the US. So we are still doing ad testing on a small scale to see where do they churn in the game, the cost per download, the day 1, day 3, day 7 retention metrics, and also the in-app spend, how much do they spend in the game. So once we have the retention metrics right, that's where we know we can ramp up the ads and having new players is actually quite scalable if you can run ads on mobile games.
Interesting. Okay. Back over to you, Ramen.
That was it. That's wrapping it up. Boss number 2, we are done. Red Panda still here, folks. Poll is still live. I think I could be.
No,
wrong.
it's been closed for a little while.
It's been closed. Yeah, I just said that because it sounded good.
All right, we're going to come to a little quick ad break, and then we will be right back with the lightning round and the final boss of today's show.
Foolish crypto hodl. Foolish crypto hodl. With a name like that, this guy thinks he's a crypto guru, but he's really just a shit gamer. Isn't this the guy who thinks a minimap is a requirement for a game? Fool! It doesn't surprise me that this loser quit Valorant! Don't be like him, gamers. Get Slurfy. It'll make your gaming experience over 9,000! Drink Slurfy. Enjoy the blast. Know your place, gamers! Know your place! Follow for more content! Or your...
I like what you got there. Let me show you what I got. Check this.
Slurfy.
Catalyst.
Yo, welcome back. What an ad, says Agent Zanny. Also quit Valorant after 40 minutes. Oh, quit Valorant after 40 minutes of playing it. Actually, I'm not gonna lie. I'm this close to removing it from my computer once again. And quite frankly, all Riot games, because we are 3 days away from my favorite game of the year. So I need to make some space anyways. But yeah, I feel you, man. What? You say text scale?
2XKO. No.
Oh, it's okay. It's just not really my thing, man. Like, if anyone's playing and having a good time, like, shout outs to you. But it just screams Dragon Ball Fighters, and I never liked that game, so it is what it is. Also, Agent Zanny says, when Slurfy? You know, that's a great question. We got to talk to Mizzy and Damien and Sersky. When Slurfy? If anything, got to get you guys some kind of merch or something. I mean, I don't want to tease something that we might be doing, but, you know, I would personally like to have a shirt or a hat with Slurfy on it so we get the real deal. What do you think, Ramen?
No, I like randomly assembled liquid beverages that we can give to people and test out on to see if it makes them sick or gives them energy.
I don't think we would do that. I think we would find someone to make an actually good product before we would just ship it to people and just say, huh, whatever happens, right? No, we're not doing that, bro. We're not doing that shit. Come on now. Come on.
Pandas like energy drinks.
Okay, Zanny. Okay, if we ever need someone to QA test the drinks, Zanny's on board. Zanny's like, you know, slide it my way, bro. I got you.
Zanny, if you can win 10 matches of Valorant, we'll send you some merch.
Valorant is the precursor to. Okay, let's move on to the next segment, which is the lightning round.
It's time for the Slurfy Voltage round, sponsored by Slurfy Voltage. Feel the energy.
Yo. Use a lot of sugar. Use lots of sugar. Sugar is bad for you, bro. Don't do that. We've gone through 2 bosses so far. some tough, hard-hitting questions. This portion of the show is not graded. This is just for fun. And there's 5 questions coming from me and the next 5 coming from Ramen. These are like some quick hitters, so don't think too long on the answer if you don't want to. The first question says, Inu, Neko, or Buru, which character has the most mains and why? Oh, you're muted.
Yep, for me it's the Inu. We have 4 sub-race for the Inu character, and my favorite is the Cyborg because it can clone itself and have multiple turrets that help to do combat for you.
Yeah, you got that sweet AoE. That's what's up. Next question: what's the craziest build combination a player has discovered that surprised the dev team?
I think the part that surprised the dev team the most is the endless build. Our own devs are able to get to level 30 in the game, but many of our players have broke the game and reached level 100. It's just crazy.
Wow. I mean, most roguelites, Ramen, I give up. Like he's been saying, I give up within the first hour because I'm not good. That's why I say get good. But level 100, how long does that take to get?
Yeah, it's gonna be a while.
Sheesh.
Now, our best players, they play for 1.5 hours straight on mobile.
They can get to level 100 in a half hour. Or you said hour and a half.
1.5.
Damn, I got some crack gamers. All right. Next question says, celebrate your 1-year anniversary by shilling Cypher in exactly 10 words.
Fight, loot, upgrade, repeat, and Cypher is all about getting good.
I think that was 10 exactly.
It's close, right? I don't know. I feel like it was good.
Yeah, we'll take it. Next question: if Cypher characters were in a reality TV show, who would cause the most drama?
What?
Buru.
Reality TV show. I mean, I would think Neko, because Neko likes trouble, and she was the one who caused the aberration and all the law that's happening in Cypher Odyssey. She created the virus, and she was the one who spread the infection and caused all the demons to appear.
Damn, Neko. Okay, for sure. Ramen, you got the next 5.
Wait. Oh, yes. Most embarrassing bug from the past year that you can laugh about now.
Yeah, we have a bug that's still existing right now, and we can't get rid of the bug because of different game builds. We have a bug weapon that is super OP, and instead of shooting 2 rounds in a SMG, right, it actually shoots 6 rounds. And we can't get it out of the game because it has already been in circulation and we can't take it out. We can only fix it after a proper reset of the game.
Oh, so is that how they're getting
that.
That's how they're getting to level 100 real quick. They exploit that shit.
Yeah, I'm gonna check the marketplace real quick here. Hold on a minute.
All right, I thought this was like some skill. No, it's just an exploit. Okay, all right, okay.
Hey, player's edge. Don't hate the player, hate the game. Don't actually hate the game, but they say. Let's say.
No, that's true.
That's good. I'll be searching for that weapon. All right, next question. PC, mobile, or console, which platform will dominate your player base at launch?
Definitely mobile. Mobile is the most scalable. We can run ads on it, and once it gets in their phone, they have to play it.
Love that. All right. All right. If you can add any weapon type to the game right now, what would it be?
Nunchucks. I don't know, off my head. Mini
wow,
weapon.
hey, I love it. I got a story about nunchucks. Probably shouldn't share it on the show, but yes, nunchucks are a cool weapon. We're going to go to the next one. Which team member has put in the most hours playing their own game?
I consider my community team a team member as well. We have a player called Magilas. He has over 1,000 game hours in Cypher Odyssey. He's a bug spotter as well.
You said 1,000?
Your community
1,000
member?
Jeez.
It's just a community member.
Yeah, just a community member.
Okay, can we get 161 employees? Give that man a job. Hell, he's
If that's the case, Nintendo needs to hire me. I have like 3,000 plus hours on Smash, bro.
Nintendo only likes to sue, not give opportunity. Remember,
That's
they're
true.
litigious,
That's
not
true.
opportunistic. Yeah, that's how they get their bread. They're like, we'll sue them. It's crazy though. Like 1,000 hours is that's a lot of hours. That's a lot. Like you've given up life for a game. Those are hours that you'll never see your future children with, but you got ciphered up, and I think that's freaking awesome. All right.
After 3 years, he's still playing the game today.
That's crazy. He needs like a special skin or badge, or you should build a statue in front of your office with a 3D printer or something to commemorate. Like that's just wild. Like 1,000 hours is crazy.
Yeah.
All right. This is gonna be the last question for the lightning round. Then we're gonna move on to boss number 3. Complete this. The biggest lesson from our first year in open alpha was ...
Dun dun dun.
The community wants us to succeed as much as we do.
You know, that's actually huge, especially in this space. It's really easy to hate. It's really easy to tear down. It's easy to piggyback on echoed opinions of those that have never played the game and tear it down. But it's also just as contagious to have a good community like that's building. So congratulations on that. And I think that's a very powerful statement. So
100%
definitely want them to be just as passionate. Like, you know, not even just at Web3. Look at Steam reviews for new games. Like people just want to tear things down. It's like, why? How did we come to this place? All right. Well, that is it for the lightning round, and we're going to be moving on to boss number Trey. We're cranking up the difficulty to 100%. So we're bringing out our OP weapon that can't be removed from the system because we've already minted it, and it's called Boss Battles. Let's fucking go.
Ramen, pick a number between 1 and 10.
1.
All right. Ramen, you summon Hades, and now we're getting into our final boss here. And by the way, chat, this is an alternate round. So basically what happens is I ask a question, our guest will answer, then Ramen asks the next question, our guest will answer, and so on and so forth until the end of the show. Question number 1 says you survived since 2021 when most Web3 games failed. True. Now you're pivoting hard to Web 2 with the global launch. How do you balance serving your Web3 community while courting traditional gamers? Courting is a very interesting term to use here, who may never touch crypto.
Yeah, I think this is not an uncommon feedback from our Web3 community that we are pivoting to Web 2. So I must first clarify that Cypher is and will always be a Web3 game, in a sense where when I talk about Web3 games, I'm more referring to the asset ownership and having the players fully own their assets as NFT, having assets that are transportable across the blockchain and through different games. So we always continue to maintain this mindset and values that we want of a Web3 game for people to own their assets. So we're definitely not alienating our Web3 gamers or moving away from Web3. But the key idea is to first build a proper player base and a fan base that we have in the traditional Web2 space to grow the audience, introduce to them these optional Web3 elements that they can enjoy and they can understand the benefits of having a Web3 component in their gameplay. And eventually onboard all these Web2 gamers to Web3. We want to let everyone experience the benefits of why Web3 gaming is a good idea. So how we continue to benefit the Web3 gamers, right, is actually through token ownership asset ownership. So we recently published our Tokenomics 2.0 paper, where the revenue of the Cypher Odyssey game and all future titles that we have from Ether Labs and our ecosystem will actually accrue back to the Cypher Tokenomics through buybacks and burn. So I think that's where the Web3 segment of our players can benefit the most out of the token ownership. The other aspect is on secondary sale and marketplace. So the traditional gamers, they may not be so interested in the earning aspect of the game, but we do allow our Web3 gamers to be able to trade and resell their assets that they have so painfully grind and earn on the marketplace, which is already live in the app right now.
Oh, so the marketplace is in game, or is that like a browser you gotta like get kicked to?
That's in.
We have both. So players can buy and sell their in-game assets directly within the Cypher Odyssey app. We also have a Web3 shop that's live.
Gotcha. Yeah, I think a big missed opportunity for a lot of the space, Ramen, when it comes to these games is having that marketplace in game. Because like there's nothing worse than getting kicked out of a game, even on like PC
Browser.
yeah, and just getting kicked to the browser. That's why I asked the question. So I appreciate the answer, Cypher fan. And we'll pass the mic over to Ramen for the next question.
All right, next question. The roadmap shows 5 legendary seasons with new characters and worlds. That's an ambitious content pipeline for a roguelite. How do you fund that level of ongoing development through the Cypher token, traditional monetization, or through both?
I would say the ideal answer is both. That's also how we have stated it out on our roadmap. We are actually lucky in a sense where Cypher has raised sufficient funds in 2021 so that we do not have to do any more token sale or raises anymore in order to fund our roadmap for the next 2 to 3 years. So regardless of how the game performs or whether there's revenue start to come in our global launch, we still have sufficient funding to provide new content for the game, new characters, and also fund our roadmap for Cypher Odyssey development, regardless of the revenue. We actually raise quite sufficiently, manage costs well, and that's how we continue to survive and continue to generate new and good gameplay for everyone.
And leveraging efficiencies and everything that's smart company business decisions. Jimmy Wade, I just want to say, listen, if you're out there watching and you're a game, I don't know anybody who's kept money from a raise from 4 years ago that still has money now. I mean, we got people that raised like 60 million like a year, 2 years ago, and that money is gone.
Where does it all go though?
Where does it go? Like what?
Why is it not going into the game, Ramen?
I don't know what's going on, but I mean that's really got to say something, especially when you consider the staff size for that. I mean, somebody is a really good CFO over there, I think I have to say, and somebody's very good operationally. That's doing a phenomenal job, and to keep that on there. And I think there's one thing that you guys have, and it's a little bit more simple than that than a lot of people in the space don't have, and I think it's patience. I think you've kind of taken your time with this. I've even forgot about Cypher for a little bit, and then I see in the timeline, and then I come back, and you're still here. But people have been echoing this in spaces for the last 3 years. It doesn't take 1 year or 2 years or overnight to create a good game, whether it's mobile or PC. This is like a 5-year roadmap for a lot, and here you are. So I think that stands for something, right? I mean, it has to stand for something.
Yeah, if I could speak on this real quick, you have games like Lords of the Fallen that are in the Web 2, gaming category, of course. And when their game came out, it was not really met well at all. And then they listened to all the feedback from the fans, and they came back and delivered everything that the fans wanted, especially Asmongold, because he was the biggest fan. And, the game is doing well now. So, I think a lot of people, when they think of Web3 games, you can't treat it like an NFT collection or anything like that, where it's like, okay, if it's out of sight, it's going to go down in price, right? Like you got to think of what these games are. It's like they're games at the end of the day. They take time to build. And if you have feedback, well, you have to expect time to fix the feedback so then you can get a better game. So I do think that like the roadmap makes way more sense for a game than an NFT project, because an NFT project is like based off a hype and like, you know, how many eyeballs you have and also community.
Either.
Yeah, and this is all based off of this gaming studio. Like how passionate are they to build their product? You know, how much do they listen to the fans that want things to change, right? And so those are the kind of things that you see the differences. But I think like, you know, Cypher's doing a good job here. You know, taking their time and you know, really building a quality product. And I think that's the biggest thing at the end of the day. We're looking for quality, not quantity. 100% quality.
Right. Well, and you think about it too, like taking financial advice about the economy from your community is probably the quickest way to send your game token to zero. Because if you think about that, Cypher, sorry, I think you're still muted, Cypher. Yeah, you got to think about that, right? What are people there for? And it's, you know, it's whether you want to paint it community or support or whatever, there's a money thing. We're like, we spent this and we're hoping that we get more later. That's the easiest premise out of all of it. So everything that they decide, whether it's DAO based or communities, usually has to revolve around price. And I think that conversation is different with the Web2 crowd, where they're talking about more of the dopamine loop. They do like, you know, assets and things like that, but the conversation's different. So yeah, never ask your community what you should do with your token, because it'll send you to FN0 for sure.
Yeah, that's a really good point. We are actually getting a lot of pressure from the community on the launch date. You know, why is the token price not pumping and things like that. I think the whole idea is to launch at a time where it makes sense for the long-term future of the game, because the treasury allows us to launch once very well, and if the game is not ready for the full launch and you start to have all the bells and whistles to create a lot of hype about the gameplay or the token price, it will create a short-term hype cycle, but on its own it's not sufficient to sustain itself. So what we believe is that we need to make the game scalable. We need to retain the players, and once we have a good numbers to show, like for example, you know, 1 million downloads on the different app stores, we have thousands of DAU from traditional gamers without incentives. That's when we know that we can start to scale, and that's where we start to have all the, you know, marketing pushes. That's where we start to talk about the token. So the timing is important for us.
Yeah,
100%.
that's great. Answered that. I'm going to pass this back to Hado.
Is that a question or a statement? Just kidding.
I'm going to pass this back to Hado.
Thank you, Ramen. The next question says, mobile roguelites face brutal competition from established titles like Dead Cells and Hades on PC/console. What makes Cypher Odyssey sticky enough to compete for players' limited mobile gaming time?
Yep. So I think I want to add a point on this in that actually PC games have even more competition than on mobile. So traditionally, how you get new players from a PC title, right? If we are not a game title like Black Myth, Wukong, it's hard to get new players to download a PC game. You know, at least for a small indie game studio, it's difficult for us to get PC downloads. Whereas for mobile games, it's actually easier for us to get new players because there's ads. And in the advertising space, it's more common for us to have ads for mobile game as compared to PC. It works more effectively because you see the ads on Facebook, you see your ads when you scroll Twitter and they introduce you to the game, and that's where you get them to click the download button. It gets in your game and you test it out to see whether you like it or not. So for mobile gamers, what we can do is actually we can churn the large number, and when players download the game, if it's good for them, if it's a suitable game for them, they play. And if it's not suitable for them, we just move on to the next player. So I think that's the key part about the mobile segment, in that it's always scalable through ads, and we can always acquire new players. But what happens after that is that we need to have a good sticky game loop for players to have the power chase that is being enjoyed in a roguelite action RPG. Give them sufficient reason for them to chase the gameplay, to have enough social elements for them to get their friends to join in, have enough competition elements to continue getting good and compete with other players on the leaderboard. So so two parts to this answer. One is that mobile ads are scalable, and the other part is to make the retention factors in the game good through guilds, through gameplay, through competition and social elements.
I'll throw another one in there that might be a good idea for you guys. Lots and lots of content, like deep content that allow people to kind of explore the world a little bit more and get associated or attached to the world. Whenever you have like I don't want to say battle pass, but whenever you have content come out, like say like for Monster Hunter, every time I see that, I'm rolling my eyes because I don't care about Monster Hunter, but I know everybody that's a Monster Hunter fan is like going ecstatic because they're like, oh, I get to dive into my favorite game again. So just a little word of advice for you guys. I do want to shout out or just mention here, Zanny, if you look at our Catalyst page, or even my page, Hado Meta, you should be able to see the link for the badge. So let me know if you have any issues with that, Zanny, and just DM me or something, or hit me up on the Discord. We'll get you taken care of. Don't worry, got you. All right, I'm gonna pass the mic over to Ramen for the second to last question.
All right, here we go. Funky Chain is your own L2. Cypher AGI is your AI layer, and you're building multiple games. You're becoming infrastructure and not just a game studio. So what's your long-term vision? Are you building an ecosystem, or are you focused on being the best roguelite?
Yeah. So the long-term vision for the Cypher ecosystem is actually all three pillars called A, G, and I. So A is for AI, G is for gaming, and I is for infrastructure. So we actually have a sufficient team size for us to have all three to build a proper ecosystem surrounding the Cypher token. So apart from Cypher Odyssey game, we are also diversifying into different game titles and not just going in or in and dependent on one game. So apart from Cypher Odyssey, we are building another PC soul-side game, which is already past the pre-development stage. Now it's in full development stage. And we also are trying out different game titles, including Telegram games. We are always trying out different experimenting to find the proper product fit for the Web3 space and also for the Cypher AGI ecosystem. So definitely multiple game titles. And because our team uses AI as part of our development and our day-to-day operation so much, we actually have a specialized AI team to help our own team become more productive. That's why we are open sourcing our AI tools to the public for use. And that's where we push our AI tools and products for everyone in the Cypher AGI ecosystem. We also want to be expert in the AI space, expert in the blockchain space as well. So not just expertise in game development. We are building our own expertise in the blockchain. That's why we launched Funky Chain to properly tie the gameplay to Web3 elements together. So it's not just Cypher. We actually are building an ecosystem of all three, of gaming, AI, and infrastructure.
That is a phenomenal feat to take on. And listen, your growth has been amazing. Like I said, you absolutely surprised me. I have no doubts that you're going to hit that milestone. And I have a feeling like you're going to be back for round 3, like a boxing title fight that just won't die. So I'm assuming it's probably you're going to come back to give us all our updates 2 years from now on boss battles. So I'm really excited to. I'm actually just really excited to see what's been going on. I feel like I'm missing out, but it's easy to miss stuff in Web3. There's so much going on. There's a new shiny object every single day. Plus, you couple that with AI tools, and there's literally no time to do anything. There's a new MCP, there's a new agent, there's a new LLM, there's a new tiny LLM. It's nonstop information. So yeah, just absolutely love what you guys have been doing and sticking with it. We're going to pass it back to Hado to wrap things up. Hado.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We're on the last question here, but I want to mention before we get to the last question, we do have a little bit of time left on the poll here. Probably about 2-3 more minutes before the poll wraps up. And, it is coming down to the wire here. So let's get into the last question. Global launch is imminent. What's up?
I said, we need those votes. Make sure you go vote. Tell them community to go vote.
Yeah, go vote, go vote. Global launch is imminent with major marketing planned. What specific success metrics would prove that Cypher has achieved sustainable mainstream adoption? I'm tongue-tied today. Beyond just launch spike downloads.
Yeah, I think one of the most important indicator for me, apart from the download numbers and also the revenue, will be the number of content, so organic content that's generated by our community. So some real indicators of success that I'm really looking forward to is user-generated gameplay content and user-generated game guides. I think if we start to see these two elements, right, that we normally see in very successful traditional games, we know that the game has gained a proper fan base and community base. And to me, this is one of the very important non-quantitative indicators that a game is successful. So I'm really looking forward to that. Community-generated gameplay content without incentives and game guides.
You said with or without incentives? I misheard that.
Without incentives.
Without incentives. Got it. All right. That is going to wrap up the questions for the day. We got probably about 1 minute left or so on the poll. If you want, you can do a little spiel on why you deserve an A, why you deserve 85 average across all bosses here. It can also give us like a little window into like what you got going on in the future. The floor is yours if you want it.
All right, so maybe just a bit of shield on the project. I think where Cypher Odyssey stands out when we launch globally will be on 3 things. So first is the quality of the gameplay and also how it looks, the accessibility of the game, and also asset ownership. So Cypher right now, we believe it looks like a proper AAA game, even though we don't pitch ourselves as that. But we are quite proud that it's built on Unreal Engine 5. It gives players real ownership of assets through Web3. It's fun, cross-platform, and it allows players to play casually on mobile or grind it competitively on PC. So there's 3 good qualities about Cypher that we want to highlight. Quality, accessibility, and ownership.
Gotcha. All right. The polls have closed here. I'm just going to make a quick note here to production to make sure I got the numbers right here for today's scores. Ramen, if you could please stall for about like 2-3 minutes, that would be much appreciated.
2 to 3 minutes? Who got that kind of time? Good Lord, that's a lot of time. I'm just kidding. Yeah, we can actually do that. Cypher, this has been absolutely incredible. I feel like either I'm just missing because my algo's been all messed up, or I just haven't been paying attention. But when did everything just kind of start picking up? Honestly, I feel like I got drowned out in algo shining objects, and I just didn't pay attention to what Cypher had.
Actually, we have been quite quiet in on socials, especially on X, over the last few years. I'm not sure if that's your primary source of Web3 related news, but I think most people are. So in the past 2 years, Cypher has been trying to get listings on the right channels through Google and Apple app stores, and Steam and Epic Games, and also PlayStation. So because these agencies, right, they are concerned about games that are too loud about their Web3 aspects. It signals a sort of a red flag for them. So for our X social channels, we have been cautious in what we post and the type of outreach that we have on X, because we didn't want to give the impression that we are play to earn game or a token farming game. So we have been quite a little bit on the aspect. But now that we have already secured Steam and PlayStation, we are already starting to ramp up on the Web3 related communications and using X as our platform to reach out to the Web3 focused gamers. So right now, if you follow us on X, we are already starting to churn out more gameplay content and more information regarding our roadmap, our tokenomics. We are starting to have more content coming out from that space. But definitely, Web3 is very competitive for mindshare, and that's why we need our community content to help us to stand out.
Yeah, that's great. I just went in there. I just followed the last post there from an hour. Yeah, this is Otto was not kidding. And you got the big shout out for all the winners for the creative rewards. So they're keeping them in there. Now, I'm curious because I like a lot of, mobile that comes to desktop if playable. So is there going to be any key differences between the Steam and the PC version, between the mobile, or is it just going to pretty much just be a port?
Yeah. So for us, the key difference is that different distribution platform allows us to reach to different audiences. There are some players who mainly use Epic Games, and some players who mainly use Steam. So for us is to have a new distribution channel, and you can have a dedicated campaign with Steam to drive downloads from their existing player base. So for us, it's having new distribution channels to reach different audiences. So no difference in the gameplay. It's more for distribution.
Yeah, who's been doing a crazy job with that? I see a lot of downloads. Raijin.gg. I'm not sure if you're familiar with them, but I've seen a lot where they have the wish list and everything else campaigns. But I've literally seen upwards of 190 different thousand people pre-downloading and all that. Are those the type of places that you're using?
Yeah, I think that's something that we aspire to do. When you are in a pre-launch on Steam, you get to run campaigns like wishlist, and that helps to generate interest in the game, right? If you solely depend on Epic Games or on mobile, you will not have such an effect. We are really working on Steam to have pre-launch campaigns, having ad banners, having special rewards that's given exclusively on Steam. And we definitely hope to have lots of wish lists before we go for global launch. That's the target.
Nice, love it. I'll be waiting for you on Steam, but I'll also go and install on mobile. But it looks like we are ready.
We are ready.
Right?
Yes, sir, Ramen. We are ready to get into the results portion of the show. 3 bosses. Why are you singing over there, Robin? Oh, okay, gotcha. 3 bosses, 3 different test scores or grades, I guess you could say. How did Cypher Fan do today on the show? Well, I'll tell you, chat. On boss number 2, Our boy Cypher fan got 100 out of 100.
Whoa! Thanks, everyone.
Not bad. On boss number 3, Cypher fan got 80 out of 100. So now it comes down to boss numero 1. Ramen, you ready for this?
As ready as I can be.
Cypher, are you ready to know your final score?
All right, ready, man.
On boss number 1, Cypher, you got a 60 out of 100, which puts your average at 80, which means you actually lost today's show.
You lost.
Who's that?
It's so small.
Every time I see that one, I don't know what to say, bro.
I just What? I feel like it was the ops. I feel like your competitors came and started voting or something.
You got an 80 out of 100. You were 5 points away from getting that W. So I hope you come back to this show and get that W, because the first time you guys won, second time unfortunately you lost, but the third time gotta be the charm to be even maybe the best score you ever had. 100 out of 100. Who knows? Fortunately you did lose today's show. How you feeling?
I'm happy to be here sharing Cypher with everyone, and I think this gives me a good reason to come back for the next show. So I definitely enjoy being on the Catalyst OG show, and now I got a good reason to come back.
Type shit. I like that. Ramen, you hear that? He's ready to come back. He's ready.
Listen, if Cypher is anything, I think we can put them under resilience, persistence, intestinal fortitude, heart, grit, grout, dog in them.
What is grout?
That's the stuff you put between tiles to keep the tiles together in the bathroom.
You mean caulk? CAULK, caulk.
All right, well, let's make sure that we keep a lookout for Cypher Odyssey coming out soon. It's available right now. You get the APK, you got it on the App Store, you got it on Google Play. Available soon. Looks like it'll be for Steam and everything else. And Otto. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. You understand? You understand what that is?
I understand what this is. Cypher, you see what I got to deal with over here? You see what
every week you give me all this BS, like, let me make a pun here, let me make a pun there. My turn to make the jokes.
I didn't make any dad jokes this time.
Yeah, that's why I had to fill that void, and the void behind you was waiting for a dad joke. You never gave us one.
Oh my gosh. Anyway, I'm gonna go play some Cypher.
Chat, that is gonna do it for today's stream. Thank you for watching. If you're new, please hit that follow button. If you got a Twitch Prime, please send it our way. We love you guys. We'll see you guys next week. What the fuck was that?